Welcome to SureAsset. In this video, we will walk you through how to effectively use the platform and explore its key features. To begin the process, open SureAsset in your browser and click on the Sign Up option. Enter the required details and click on Just One More Step. Next, provide your country, contact information, state, and zip code. Then, agree to the terms and conditions. Verify that you are not a robot and click on Create. You will receive an email on your registered email address to set your password. Once the password is created, return to the login page, enter your email, click Next, and then enter the password you created. Finally, click on Login. For this demonstration, I will be using a pre-configured account that already includes multiple assets and relevant data. This is SureAsset. As you can see, there are multiple assets listed here. For now, let's focus on the Profile section. Within the Profile section, you can update your first name and last name as needed. However, please note that the email address is fixed and cannot be modified. You will also find the email time zone setting. This ensures notifications align with your local time. Now let's go to Configuration. This is basically where you set everything up before adding assets. You'll see different sections like Company, Location, Department, Category, and more. For any section, the steps are very simple. Just click Create New, add the details, and save. Let's quickly understand what you can do here. Company. You can add your company name and logo. Location. You can add office locations or sites. You can also assign a manager and enter address details. Department. You can create departments like IT, HR, etc., and link them to a company and location. Category. You can group your items here like assets, accessories, licenses, and more. Manufacturer. You can add vendor or brand details. Asset models. You can define different asset types or models and link them with category and manufacturer. Status. You can create asset states like available, in use, or archived. Custom fields. If you need extra details, you can create your own fields. Supplier. You can store supplier or vendor contact details. Depreciation. You can set how asset value reduces over time. So overall, configuration is just a one-time setup. Once this is done, adding assets becomes quick and organized. Now, let's move on to the account settings section. This section allows administrators to manage organization-wide configurations such as branding, authentication, access control, security policies, and notification preferences, all from a single place. In simple terms, account settings is where you define how your organization uses and secures SureAsset. Account information. This section displays key details like customer ID, name, email ID, and company name. These fields are view only. Branding. The branding section helps you customize the visual identity of the platform. You can enter your brand name and apply it to ensure a consistent look and feel across the application. Single sign-on, SSO, enables users to securely log in using external identity providers. You can enable SSO and choose the authentication type such as SAML 2.0 or Auth 2.0. User Directory Sync. This feature allows automatic synchronization of users from external directories. You can select LDAP or Active Directory, AD. Assign roles such as user, organizer, admin, or super user. Optionally, enable login access for synced users. This ensures user management stays centralized and up to date. Email customization. This section controls how email notifications are sent. You can add CC email addresses to ensure relevant stakeholders receive system alerts and updates. Password policy. Here, you can enforce password security standards. Enable password history policy to prevent users from reusing old passwords. Define how many previous passwords the system should remember. This helps strengthen account security and ensures better compliance with security practices. Alright, now let's quickly understand the different sections we have here. First, we have assets. Think of this as the main items your organization owns, so anything like laptops, monitors, machines, or even servers. All of that comes under assets. Basically, these are the core items you want to track and manage. Licenses. Next, we have licenses. This is where you manage all your software and subscriptions. For example, if you have tools assigned to users, you can track who is using what, when it expires, and manage renewals easily from here. Accessories. Moving on to accessories. These are supporting items that go along with your main assets. Things like keyboards, chargers, cables. Small items, but important for day-to-day usage. Next is consumables. These are items that get used up over time. For example, paper, toner, or cleaning supplies. So instead of assigning them permanently, you track how they are used and when you need to restock. Components. And finally, we have components. These are parts that go inside your assets. For example, RAM, hard drives, or batteries. This helps you keep track of what is installed, where, and when something needs to be replaced. Now, let's take a quick look at the dashboard. The dashboard serves as a centralized view where administrators can monitor key data, reports, and visual insights across different asset categories. At the top, you'll find the system overview, which includes sections like accessories, assets, components, consumables, licenses, and users. Each of these is clickable, allowing you to quickly drill down into detailed views. In addition to insights, the dashboard also provides quick shortcuts. These help you navigate directly to listing pages or perform actions such as adding new assets or users. You can also track recent activity with details organized based on parameters like messages, created by, created at, notes, and items. Further down, the location section gives you a clear overview based on name, total assets, assigned users, and assigned locations. And if you want to take action right away, you can quickly create new entries, whether it's an asset, accessory, component, license, or consumable, directly from the dashboard. Now that we've covered the SureAsset console overview, let's move on to a quick demo where we'll create an asset. Start by clicking on Assets and then select Create New. First, enter the asset tag. This is basically a unique ID used to track the asset. Next, add the serial number and click on Add. You can include multiple serial numbers here if needed. Now, choose the company name from the dropdown. This is something we already configured earlier, and you can always add more if required. After that, select the asset model, which again comes from the configuration section. You also have the option to add new models on the go. Go ahead and set the status of the asset and provide a clear asset name. Once done, click on Next. In this section, enter the location. Remember, this is also pulled from the configuration setup. Similarly, select the supplier and then fill in details like warranty and order number. Now, add the purchase date, followed by the purchase cost, and select the appropriate currency. You can also define the end of life EOL date for the asset. Click on Next to continue. Here you can enable the checkbox if the device is BYOD, bring your own device. You can also mark if the asset was requested by a user. If the asset is requestable by the user, set the next audit date to keep track of future audits. If needed, add a few notes for additional context, and you can also upload an image of the asset. Finally, click on Create, and that's it. Your asset has been created successfully. Let's take a look at how Asset Checkout works. Go ahead and click on Asset Checkout. Here you'll see 3 checkout options available: User, Asset, and Location. For now, let's select User, which is the most common scenario. Once you choose User, you simply need to select the user to whom the asset will be assigned. Next is the checkout date. This is the date when the asset is being issued or handed over to the user. Basically, when the user starts using it. Then you'll see the expected check-in date. This is the planned return date, when you expect the asset to be returned back. It helps in tracking and managing asset availability. You can also add notes here if there's any additional information you'd like to record, such as the condition of the asset or specific instructions. Once everything is filled in, just Click on Checkout, and that's it. The asset is now successfully assigned to the user. Report. Now, let's take a look at the Report section. This is where you can monitor everything happening in the system related to your assets. You can easily refresh the data whenever needed and also export reports for sharing or analysis. Audit logs. Starting with audit logs. This section helps you track all system level actions. So, whenever an asset is created, updated, checked out, or checked in, every activity gets recorded here. It's especially useful for maintaining security, accountability, and compliance, since you have a complete history of who did what and when. Activity logs. Next, we have activity logs. Here you can view recent actions performed on assets, like checkouts, updates, or any changes made. This gives you a quick overview of day-to-day operations and helps you understand how assets are being used and managed across their lifecycle. Click on Activity Logs. Here you can view key details such as the file name, module name, status, and other related information for each activity. Now, click on Import. From the drop-down menu, you'll find different options to import data. Go ahead and select Import Assets. Once selected, you'll see a few helpful options. These allows creation of new parameters if not already present. After configuring these options, simply upload your completed CSV file to import the records into the system. If you need a reference format, click on Export Sample CSV for the selected type to download a sample file.